I'm Ava Miller. This is my Do Something and Report It project for BBE 1201. So to start with, I live in a dorm. It's about 195 square foot, and I live with one other person. So the median energy use intensity in a dorm is 127 kBTU per square foot yearly. Converted to kilowatt hours, it would be about 37.22 per square foot yearly. If we multiply this by the square footage of a dorm room like mine, 195 square feet, and then divide this by 365 to get the average per day, it would be about 19.88 kilowatt hours per day. So in terms of the average energy usage for the devices that I selected, a lamp would be zero point zero 0.06 kilowatt hours, a phone charger would be 0.005 kilowatt hours, a computer charger 0.11, hair straightener 0.01, microwave 0.13, TV 0.3, hair dryer also 0.3, fan 0.79. These are all daily numbers as well. So my usage for each device, I for the lamplight it was 1.68 hours, a phone charger 0.207 cycles because that was one of my variable power devices. Hair straightener was 13.29, microwave 4.14 minutes. The hair straightener was 13.29 minutes as well. Computer charger was 1.14 cycles. TV was 2.14 hours. Hair dryer was 7.14 minutes, and a fan was 4 hours. So the calculations, this is what they ended up being, and then I'll go through them all when I'm at the individual device. But my constant power devices were the fan, hair dryer, microwave, television, lamplight, and hair straightener. And my variable cycle power devices were computer charger and a phone charger. Overall, ended up being 0.40 kilowatt hours per day and 15.16 kilowatt hours per month. So for the lamplight, the wattage was 7.5 watts. I saw that by looking at the lamp. And it ended up being 0.01 kilowatt hours per day. The microwave, as we can see, it's 1,067 watts for the time that I ran it, and it ended up being 0.07 kilowatt hours per day. For the hair straightener, it ended up being 0.01 kilowatt hours per day, and then we can see it was 62.1 watts. For the television, it was 26.8 watts when measuring, and it ended up being 0.06 kilowatt hours per day. For the hair dryer, we can see that it was 758.5 watts when measuring, and it ended up being 0.09 kilowatt hours per day. The fan, it was 37 watts went on, and it ended up being 0.15 kilowatt hours per day. Phone charger was a very power cycle. We can see there was 0.014 kilowatt hours over a full cycle, what was about an hour and 8 minutes, and it ended up being 0.03 kilowatt hours per day. We can see for the computer, it was 0.071 kilowatt hours over a full cycle, an hour and 45 minutes, ended up being 0.08 kilowatt hours per day. So the calculations for the constant power devices. So first I took the amount of watts measured. We'll use a fan, for example, which was 37 watts. Then I multiplied this by the average time per day that the fan was on, 4 hours. Then I converted the watts to kilowatts and I got 0.15 kilowatt hours per day. For the variable cycle devices, for this calculation, I had to take the kilowatt number and we'll use the phone charger for 0.014 that was taken from one cycle. Then I had to multiply this by the number of the average amount of cycles per day, which it was 2.07. Then this gave me the average kilowatt hours per day, 0.03 kilowatt hours per day. What I learned, so the devices that use the most watts in use, the microwave and the blow dryer, were the devices that I actually used the least. So it ended up evening out. A big energy source that I did not measure in my dorm was my refrigerator. So I assume this would have added a fair amount of energy to my total. In terms of average dorm that I got before, I assume the discrepancy is taking place because it accounts other aspects of the dorm and just distributes it evenly into each room, such as plumbing and electrical for the whole building, while I'm measuring just my room. So how can I improve? A big thing is that I can reduce the amount of time the fan is on by at least half, and this will come naturally as it becomes winter. So I can reduce the 0.5 kilowatt hours per day, which was my biggest energy usage overall. And here are my sources. Thank you.